Hello and welcome back. Hope everybody's doing good. Glad to see you all here. Breaking the fourth wall, Michelle Butler, Mary Flannery. I saw Last Chance pop in and say hi a little while ago. So I hope you're all doing good. 21 tornado sirens in Nashville failed to go off last night. Oh, man. Oh, let's see. Get in on... Oh, why is... Oh, because that's the wrong show. All right. But yeah, I actually forced myself to watch our president do a speech the other day, and I feel bad for him. I mean, he's put up there like a puppet in front of everybody, in front of the world. And what gets me is you could tell he had a list of the questions and everything with the way he was doing it. He was reading the answers, and he even got confused when he was supposed to have the same person ask another question, and he had to look down at his little list, and he was like, "Oh, the same name." I mean, 120 years in Congress, the poor guy. And then the article I have for you guys tonight, it got sent to me from Mary Flannery, and I read it the other day, and I actually read it again today. I was planning on doing a show on what's going down at the border. I've been keeping track of that. I watched some of last night while they were talking, and I watched what was going on down there. So, do I have to put this on desktop site again? Yep. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, Michelle sent it to you. All right. But yeah, like I said, it's the border crisis is bad, and I'm glad they actually got pictures and video out of what's going on down there so the American people can see. The whole time that Trump was doing it, they were complaining about Trump and, oh, he's got him caged up. Well, the only difference now is the chain link fence is taken down and they put plastic up, which I honestly think is preventing airflow, but we'll find out in due time. It's hard to tell without actually being down there yourself. So, but yeah, this article that was sent from Michelle to Mary is pretty interesting. And as we go through the article, there's one part of it that I want to literally bring up and show the frame of thought that these people have. So without further ado, let's get this pulled up here. I'll open up my laptop so I can actually see it. Get that shut down. Okay. Could dimming the sun help cool the Earth? Damn things. And Bill Gates wants to spray millions of tons of chalk into the stratosphere to reflect the sunlight and slow global warming. But critics fear it could be disastrous. The project will see a test balloon launch this summer from a town known as Karana. It will send 2 kilograms of chalk into the stratosphere 12 miles above the Earth's surface. Scientists will then monitor who the dust particles interact with the atmosphere. I think that's supposed to be how. How the dust part. And this will be fed into computer models to predict how a larger plume would work. And I can't believe they're even thinking about this, because the pandemic we're going through, you guys, think about it. It's causing breathing issues, a lot of lung problems, and they want to spray chalk up into the stratosphere. But all right, the first test of a project back to spray millions of tons of chalk into the stratosphere is an attempt to dim the sun and cool the earth could happen in June. Harvey All right, let's try this. Hello, I have no clue what just happened. Let's get the share going back up. I don't have BitChute. I have a funny feeling something just happened with the internet here. Chrome tab. All right. Yeah, they did, Mary. They used to do this to me on the other channel all the time. So let's see. All right. I don't know where we got at inside of this. So what we'll do is go back over. Literally what they're planning on doing is sending this pretty much huge weather balloon up with 2 kilograms of chalk dust into the atmosphere. They're planning on using the chalk dust to block out the sunlight and hopes that it will help to cool the planet down. But there is one part of this that I really want to go over. And they're saying that this is going to happen, like this summer is going to be the test for it. Right here, there's pictures of everything they're planning on. The test balloon will lift 600 kilograms of scientific equipment 12 miles above the surface of the Arctic town. And if it goes well, about 2 kilograms of dust will be released. Look, there's the smug dude himself. All right, and then this will feed all the information into computer models to determine what would happen if it were ever carried out at that scale. And this is showing the dust particles up there, the sun reflecting back off of it. And they're hoping to cool the planet down. Now, what gets me is go down here. All right. It would cool the planet by reflecting solar radiation. But once you're on that, it's like taking heroin. You gotta carry on doing the drug to keep on having that effect, he said. He explained that without tackling pollution first, we would have to keep lifting more and more dust into the stratosphere, which could change the daytime sky to white. And if it ever stopped, there would be a rise in global temperatures again. So right there, they're already seeing a problem with this. It's going to change our skylines. It's going to be a white film across the sky. And as soon as they stop doing it, our temperatures are going to rise back up, which is a huge problem. Now, let's get on this. The origin behind solar geoengineering with dust plume. The inspiration behind seeding the sky with plumes of dust came from the volcano Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines that exploded in 1991. Right here is my big issue with this. It killed more than 700 people and left more than 200,000 homeless. It killed 700 people. Okay, and they're using this as their reasoning behind being able to do it, because it dropped temperatures by 0.5 degrees Celsius for around a year and a half. This gave impetus to the idea of a dream fix of global warming, and has been the subject of at least 100 academic papers. But cheating that amount of gigantic sunshade for the Earth may come at a high price, posing even greater risk to the climate change itself. Okay, and here's part of the risk, you guys. The dust is going to be heavier than air. So as far the way that I see it is, some of the stuff is going to fall on the Earth. It's going to be like an acid rain. It's going to mix in with the rain clouds. This is just wrong. And it's just another way for them to go and throw $3 million out the window. And one fear is that spreading dust into the stratosphere may damage the ozone layers that protects us from hazardous ultraviolet radiation, which can damage humans' DNA and cause cancers. Right there, they even admit it right here. That is a fear of them doing this. But you know what? They're already on the scale of attempting to do this, which is wrong in so many ways. But this itself could unleash a global outbreak of extreme climate events that might devastate farmlands, wipe out entire species, and foster disease epidemics. The potential for disaster does not even end there. Trying to dim the sun rays would be likely create climate winners and losers. The winners will be people like Bill Gates, who is already talking about replacing our meat with his damn fake meat stuff. For it's not possible to change the temperature in one part of the world and not disturb the rest. Everything in the world's climate is connected. Furthermore, any change in global average temperatures would in turn change the way in which heat is distributed around the globe, with some places warming more than others. This in turn would affect rain levels. Heat drives the water cycle, in which water evaporates, forms clouds, and drops as rain. Any heat alteration would cause an accompanying shift in rainfall patterns. But how and where exactly? There is no way of predicting how the world's long-term weather may respond to having a gigantic chemical sunshade float on top of it. So even with that doubt right there in itself, which should raise alarm to everybody, with that kind of doubt being put out there about this already, they're still willing to go through this. Yeah, they're still willing to go through this. Yeah, exactly. Last chance. Mess with Mother Nature and she will fight back. It is. It is an all-around bad idea. I agree, Jason. These people are nuts. Oh, okay. That is what's in the middle. I actually wanted to read that, but my computer started to act up again. What was in the middle about that was scientific study talking about shooting sound waves up into clouds and bursting the little bit of rain left in the clouds out and being able to control. Pretty much another way of weather modification. Being able to force the rain out of the clouds and make it rain on places that are in a drought and this and that. And it's something that Chinese scientists are actually studying. You guys, they can say they're studying this, but hey, Lynn, how you doing? They can say that they're studying this stuff, but we all know that we find out after they've already started doing it, because it did admit in that little slice of an article that they have done it on a small scale. Well, if they did it on a small scale, what's to say it weren't a bigger scale, like some of these flooded areas that's happening all of a sudden? You know, and now this is actually going to make the people. And like my video said the other day, we all have to come together. We all have to raise our voices, be heard, let them know that we don't want to deal with this. They go on and say what the next generations are going to have to deal with because of the problems of the past generations. Okay, think about that. If they do this chalk thing and start doing the sound waves to bring the rain out of the clouds, what's the next generation's going to have to deal with? And then not only that, but if you're taking the rain out of the clouds over here, it's just going to move the droughts to different areas. It's going to, it's going to kill off the animals. There's a lot of potentials, real bad potentials, that's going to come along with them trying to play God. Yeah, people aren't going to come together. That's the sad thing, is it might take something as drastic as this to get it for people to come together. I mean, it's sad. And then, like I said, when Breaking the Fourth Wall asked about that article, I wanted to read it, but like I said, my laptop was actually starting to slow down again. And I think that this might be something they don't want out there. But this is information that needs to get out there. Like I said, I was planning on doing the show on the stuff that just came out about what's going on at the border, the pictures I saw, the videos that leaked out to the news, and a couple other little articles. But I felt that this was way much more needed to be talked about. It's not easy being in empathy. Yeah. No, they actually breaking the fourth wall. You can ask everybody here who saw me on my other channel, and my laptop's actually pretty cool. The air conditioner's blowing right on it. They would, I mean, literally start throttling down if I was doing videos on things they didn't want me talking about. Yeah, but no, my laptop's there's no heat on it at all right now. Like I said, it's up above, the fan's blowing under it, the air conditioner's blowing right at it. But yeah, you guys, what I'll do is when this video uploads again, I will copy that link onto my clipboard and go through my phone, come into StreamYard, and I'll put that in there because it's something that everybody needs to read. And there's a couple different parts of it that bring it all together. And no, the human population's got to drop below 90%. And Bill Gates, that's something you guys have to remember. Bill Gates is the person who said that in order for us to become zero emissions, the numbers have to become zero. Well, that includes the population, but the world's population can't go to below a certain amount. What is it the Georgia Guidestones say? 500,000? 500? I don't know. If someone can look that up real quick. The world's population on the Georgia Guidestones. That's the number. That's the magic number I think they want to hit. And the other thing that scared me when I was reading this article, and it weren't really scared, it was just another eye opener, was how it brought up this can bring on new pandemics. They're not sure how it's going to happen. That makes me question, you guys, are they saying that they're going to test this and they've already tested it? Think about all the spraying they've done, all the plane farts. Think about all that kind of stuff. Have they already started doing this? And now they're just coming out and saying, oh, we want to test it? Because what they were doing didn't quite cool the earth enough for them. And the other sad thing is they go too far, man. We could end up in a mini ice age. And even the article admits they don't know what it's going to do to people's health. They don't know what it's going to do to plant life. They don't know what it's going to do to the animals. The pollution it's going to cause in our waterways. No, Lynn, it was a lot more than 550,000. Here, I'll back out of what's going on my phone. Yeah, it was Was it 550,000? Images. Now I just got to find one that has the English writing to it. Right there. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. So yeah, it was 500 million. Yeah, exactly. And it is 500 million. I'm looking at it right here on my phone. See if I get it to show up right there. 500 million. Said since the beginning of is smart and will learn to adapt. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And that's exactly what perpetual means. Once they hit that 500 million goal, you can't have another baby unless someone dies. So that's the magic number they want to exactly have. Now, look at everything they're saying about men starting to go sterile, new generations not having as many kids, and they're saying, "Oh, it's scaring us." No, it ain't. It's making them happy. They're doing what they want. They're getting away with what they want. Their whole plan is rolling out. Let's see. It's what the 21 and then 2030. You guys, we're in the 21st century. That's something to think about. Yeah, it's been a few years for me. That's why I couldn't remember if it was 500,000 or 500 million. But the 500 million, when I said that, sounded more right in my head. But yeah, that's something. I mean, that's just something to think about. All these new things that they're trying, and exactly, nature always finds a way. Look what's going on with the animals over in Chernobyl, the nuclear power plant that went down in Russia. Okay, the animals had no problem coming back. It's the humans. We see when it comes down to nature, from the things that I've seen with what's going on, and we seem to be when it comes to some of these disasters that are man-made, we seem to be the weakest link to everything. I mean, the timber wolf made a comeback over there. There was a pony species that was almost extinct is now live over there. The cows that were left behind made a comeback. They have wild cows over there right where Chernobyl happened. The catfish that are in the waterways, okay, they have grown to be huge fish. And the human species is the one that they're like, oh, we can't go back in there. Yes, exactly. Exactly. 100%. I agree with that 100%. Because to them, we're just feeders. That's all we are. We're eating the food that they should have. That's why they're trying to, they want us to, Snowpiercer. Watch that movie. You had the front of the train, you had the back of the train. The back of the train got fed bug juice. The front of the train was eating fish, eating trout, eating deer, eating eggs. But it was the back of the train, which is what they see us as. They see us as their little minions, their workers, who are nothing more than feeders. They should be the breeders, keeping their genes and everything alive. And that's when, especially Gates, when he gets behind a project like this, it makes me step back. And that's why, like I said, she sent that to me the other day. All right. When she sent it to me the other day, I read it and I was like, But like I said, I actually planned on doing a little something on the Biden speech and how that went, the kind of disaster it was. And then what they all just brought out of Texas with the pictures and everything. But I was like, no, instead, I'm going to go over this article. It's something that needs to be put out there. It's something to think about. You could tell they already had the plans. And to me, that picture looked like it weren't just setting it up to be a few months away. It looks like it might have already happened. But we will never know. Highlander. But if a few humans were left, yeah, exactly, we would learn to adapt. But that's the other thing right there with that Last Chance is I was watching a documentary on Chernobyl, and you know what? The wolves over there didn't mutate. The cows didn't mutate. The goats that ended up being wild goats didn't mutate. These, I can't remember what kind of horse they were, but they're thriving. They didn't mutate. They changed. They were able to adapt to the environment and the radiation caused by Chernobyl. But yeah, but like I said, I will go in as soon as this is as soon as it uploads some point tomorrow, because it still takes my videos 12 to 14 to 16 hours to upload, because I'm that liked. And please, I mean, try to share this, get this out there, get this kind of information out there. This is the kind of stuff. And another deciding factor for me to do it tonight was I didn't see anybody else have a video on this kind of stuff. If it weren't for them sending this to me, I wouldn't have known about it. They're keeping us focused on like the gun control, the battle over the filibuster, how everything else that's going on around us. But these are the kind of things that's not only going to affect us as a people right now, it's going to affect the future generations. It's going to affect the wildlife on this planet, right from the trees to the animals in the water. There's no doubt in my mind. And I think it was a calcium-based chalk, if I remember right. Yeah, they evolved. Here's something interesting. Today, all 3 tech CEOs said they have not yet been vaccinated. Well, Bill Gates came out years ago and said he will not have his kids have any vaccines. And also when it comes to that, the Supreme Court found, because Mark Fuck the Herd was appealing the decision in that lawsuit, he lost his appeal. So, and the other thing with that is I see all this stuff, everybody coming against these big tech companies as a play. remember the world is a play. And no matter how much we want to or how much we don't want to, we're part of it. We're part of the play. We're like that no-name guy that was on Star Trek that you instantly knew was the one who's being killed off. That's us. But yeah, you guys, what do you think of them talking about spraying the chalk dust in the air? And then not only that, but it was that volcano and what its ash plume did. That was the reason behind this coming up, because it cooled the earth down by 0.5 degrees Celsius. Point is, they're pushing it hard on their platforms, but yet they haven't taken it. Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing people have to think about. When these people who push for something like that as hard as they're pushing for it, but yet they haven't gone and got it, it makes you step back and think. But yeah, I guess I'll end this here. Like I said, I just wanted to get this information out there. And thank you so much, Michelle, for sending that to Mary, and Mary sending it to me. I'm gonna look into a couple more things. I'm going to look into a few more things and hopefully come up with another show. And even if I can if I can find some more information on this, I'll get this out there again. This is something we got to keep an eye on. And everybody else, just keep an eye on everything going on. Watch our border. Watch what's going on in our government right now, because I have a funny feeling some big changes are about to happen. And the veil is going to be lifted. That's what we're all here for. We're here to get the veil lifted up. But all right, everybody. Like I said, well, yeah, my eyes are kind of messed up. Right where I had that fall Halloween night and split the back of my head wide open, I get my eyes strain a lot now. So I kind of like, I almost think I need glasses, but who knows? My brain jarred around in my head. Everybody stay safe, stay alert, and always do things the way they work best for you. Thank you.